Hello students, my name is Dr. Shaheen Ahmed. Welcome to the chemistry classes. Today we will study class 10th chemistry chapter 2 acid, bases and salts. So in this chapter we will study three types of chemical compounds. They are mainly the acids, bases and salts. First we will study about the acids and bases, and then we will study about the salts. So first of all we will see, is there any test by which we can differentiate the acid and base? Suppose I give you one test tube. One test tube contains one acid and one test tube contains one base. How you will get an idea which one is the acid and which one is the base? So there are some chemicals are there by which we can easily distinguish which one is the acid and which one is the base. And these chemical substances which are used to differentiate the acid and base, they are called indicators. So what are indicators? See the definition. Indicators for testing acids and bases. This is the heading. Definition is an indicator in a dye that changes color when it is put into an acid or base. The three most common indicators to test for acids and bases are. It means what are indicators? Indicators are the chemical substances which give an idea about the acid or base by changing its color. And there are mainly three types in our syllabus. One is the litmus, second is methyl orange, and third one is phenolphthalein. Its spelling is something else, but we pronounce it phenolphthalein. Now see, what is the litmus? Litmus solution is a purple dye which is extracted from a type of plant called lichen. Actually this litmus that is obtained from the natural substance, and it is mainly a purple dye and is obtained from lichen. What are lichen? You might have studied in the bio. So from the lichen we extract the litmus, and with the help of this litmus we can easily differentiate the acid and base. So the first test, how do we differentiate the acid and base? See, if the blue litmus paper or blue litmus solution we add in the acid, then it turns red. And if red litmus we add in the basic solution, then it turns blue. Actually litmus, they are also available in two types. One is the litmus paper and another one is litmus solution. So either we use litmus paper or we use litmus solution, both the things we can use. Suppose I take one acid and in that I put blue litmus. So when I put the blue litmus paper or blue litmus solution in the acid, then acid at once turns blue litmus to red. So it is written here, blue litmus in acidic solution. It means in the acidic solution when we put the blue litmus paper or blue litmus solution, then it turns red. Now what's about the basic solution? Basic solution, in this we add red litmus either in the form of paper or in the form of solution. Then the red litmus in the basic solution turns blue. So remember this, all the acids they turn blue litmus to red. All the bases they turn red litmus to blue. Either these litmus they are available in the form of papers or they are available in the form of liquid. Now the second test, and that is methyl orange. Its actual color is orange. This is also the chemical which is very often available in the labs. Its actual color is orange. When we put this methyl orange in the acidic solution, it turns red. The same methyl orange, when we put in the basic solution, it turns yellow. So remember and keep in the mind, all the acidic solution they turn methyl orange, its original color is orange, turns into red, and all the basic solution they turn methyl orange to yellow. So this is the second test. Third test, that is phenolphthalein. Its actual color is transparent. You can say it is transparent, it has no color, it is totally colorless. When this phenolphthalein is put in the acidic solution, it remains colorless. It means if it is colorless, it remains as colorless. But if we put in the basic solution, it gives very beautiful pink color. So remember, phenolphthalein remains as colorless in acidic solution but turns into pink in color in basic solution. Now these are the three tests by which we can differentiate the acid and base in our syllabus. Now we come to the another point, and that they are olfactory indicators. What is the meaning of olfactory indicators? Olfactory indicators, they are also the type of indicator which give an idea about the acid and base. And the word olfactory means it is related with the smell. It means just by smelling we can tell whether the given liquid is acid or base. Or for this purpose mainly we take the onion and vanilla. All of you know very well, onion has a unique smell, vanilla also has a unique smell. So onion and vanilla, they also can be used to distinguish acid and base. Since they have the unique smell, so they can be used to differentiate acid and base. और इसीलिए इनको नाम देते हैं olfactory indicators. So see the definition: those substances whose smell or odor means smell, changes in acidic or basic solution are called olfactory indicators. For example, onion and vanilla. Now see what happens. Onion and vanilla. Just to test this, we take one small piece of cloth, and a very small piece of cloth in the form of strip, and first we dip in the onion, and then we smell that very small piece of cloth that will give the smell of onion. Now the same piece of cloth now put in the acidic solution. The smell of the onion that remains as it is. It means the acids do not destroy the smell of onion. Now another strip I make is very small piece of cloth, and I first dip in the onion solution, onion extract, and afterwards we put in the basic solution. Odor cannot be detected. It means the basic solution, they completely destroys the smell of onion. So what is the conclusion? Onion and vanilla both are called olfactory indicators, and they are also used to differentiate the acid and base. We take one piece of cloth, very small piece of cloth, and we first dip in the onion or vanilla. Then onion or vanilla, they have a unique smell. The piece of cloth also start giving the unique smell. Now the same piece of cloth we first put in the acidic solution, odor remains as it is. It means the acid solution do not destroy the smell of onion and vanilla. That smell remains as it is. But the same piece of cloth, same type of piece of cloth, if we put in the basic solution, odor cannot be detected. It means the odor of the onion and vanilla is completely destroyed in the basic solution. Now we see some points about the acids. Acids are those chemical substances which have a sour taste. The simplest definition of acids we give: acids are those chemical substances which have a sour taste. Sour means खट्टे, SOUR. जितने भी acids होते हैं, edible acids, many acids are there which we cannot drink or we cannot put in our mouth, but some acids are edible and we can take with the lunch and dinner also, like vinegar or sirka. Vinegar or sirka, that is the edible acid. और इस तरीके के जो भी एसिड्स होते हैं विच आर एडिबल, दे आर कॉल्ड ऑर्गेनिक एसिड्स. और इसीलिए हमारा जो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है दैट इज द ऑर्गेनिक एसिड्स. दोज एसिड्स विच आर प्रेजेंट इन प्लांट मटेरियल्स एंड एनिमल्स आर कॉल्ड ऑर्गेनिक एसिड. इट मीन्स ऑर्गेनिक मीन्स containing carbon. All those substances which contain carbon, they are related with this word organic. So organic acids, those acids which are present in the plants, materials and animals are called organic acids. And these organic acids mainly they are edible acids. Edible means खाने वाले. और इसमें mainly हमारे name of the acid first is acetic acid और ethanoic acid. The same name, acetic acid, either we say it acetic acid or we say it ethanoic acid. Resource is vinegar or sirka. Very often this sirka that is available in our homes, and this vinegar contains acetic acid, and that is also sour in taste, खट्टा होता है. Second, citric acid, that is available in the lemons and oranges. So that is also edible. Lemons and oranges also we have it normally. Lactic acid, that is present in the sour milk, खट्टा दूध, also present in the curd, dahi. Tartaric acid, that is present in the tamarind, imli or unripe grapes, कच्चे अंगूर. Now oxalic acid. Oxalic acid is present in the tomatoes, and the formic acid, also known as methanoic acid, that is present in the ant sting. चींटी जब काटती है, then it releases one acid, and that acid is called formic acid. And this formic acid that creates a burning sensation on the surface of skin. So this methanoic acid or formic acid, either it is present in the ant sting, or there is a one plant leaf that is called nettle leaf. उसमें भी इस तरीके की स्टिंग्स होते हैं, महीने छोटे छोटे महीन से. If anybody comes in contact with this leaf of this plant, nettle, then this also releases formic acid or methanoic acid, and that also causes burning sensation on the surface of skin. So see the table again. Acetic acid resource is vinegar, citric acid resource is lemons and oranges, lactic acid sour milk or curd, tartaric acid tamarind or unripe grapes, oxalic acid tomatoes, formic acid or methanoic acid, they have the same meaning, that is present in the ant sting and nettle leaf sting. These all the acids which are present in the food material, they are called organic acid and they are edible. इनको हम खा सकते हैं. But some acids are there which we cannot have at all, even a single drop, and they are called mineral acids. So what are mineral acids? The acids prepared from the minerals of the earth are called mineral acid. The first one is hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, sulfuric acid H2SO4, nitric acid HNO3. These acids, they are very strong acid. We cannot have a single drop of this acid in the mouth, or we cannot touch these acid on the surface of skin. Now our next topic, that is the diluting acids. What is the mean of diluting acids? Actually, whenever the acid, these type of acids, whether the hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid or nitric acid, they are prepared in the factories, they are manufactured in the factories, they are prepared as in the form of concentrated acids. And concentrate acids, they are almost 98% of acid and only 2% of water. In most of the experiments, we use concentrate acids, and many of the experiments are there in which we use dilute acids. Dilute acid means about 10% of acid and 90% of water. So whenever we use the dilute acids are not prepared or manufactured in the factories. We make it dilute by ourselves. How? There are two ways. Either we add acid to water or we add water to acid. हम दो तरीके से एसिड को डाइल्यूट कर सकते हैं. या तो हम एसिड को पानी में डालें या पानी को एसिड में डालें. सो व्हाट इज द करेक्ट वे एंड व्हाट इज द राइट वे? वी नेवर ऐड वाटर टू एसिड. हम कभी भी पानी को एसिड में नहीं डालते हैं. वाई? जैसे ही हम पानी को एसिड में डालेंगे, एज एंड व्हेन वी ऐड वाटर टू एसिड, it is highly exothermic reaction. Since it is highly exothermic reaction, so at once the huge amount of heat is being released, and this heat sometime explodes, and the acid which is present in the container, that may splash on our face, on our skin, and can cause burning on the surface of skin. So what to do? How do we make the acid dilute? The easiest way is we add acid to water. When we add acid to water, then there is a proper way. We take the water first in the container, and then from the side of the wall of the container, slowly we add acid. When we add acid, it also evolves heat. But since water is in the maximum amount, because we are adding acid to water, तो जैसे ही हम धीरे धीरे acid को water में डालते हैं, heat is being released, but that heat is absorbed by the water. और धीरे धीरे acid को पानी में डालते हैं, heat release होती है और वो heat धीरे धीरे पानी को absorb करती रहती है. और in this way we can make the acid dilute. So याद रखना, dear children, we never add water to acid. जैसे ही हम पानी को एसिड में डालते हैं, एकदम से हीट रिलीज होती है और जो एसिड है दैट एक्सप्लोड्स एंड कम्स ऑन आवर फेस एंड कैन कॉज बर्निंग. सो दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ डाइल्यूटिंग एसिड्स. Now we are going to study about the properties of acid, the simple properties of acid. First, acids have a sour taste. Acids खट्टे होते हैं. Acid turn blue litmus to red. Just now I have explained you all the acids, they turn blue litmus to red. Third point, acid solutions conduct electricity. Acids, either it is hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid or nitric acid, when they are dissolved in the water, then they produce ions. Just for example, HCl, when dissolves in the water, it forms H plus and Cl minus. H2SO4 that dissolves in the water and form 2H plus SO4 minus 2. HNO3 when dissolves in the water, it forms H plus and NO3 minus. And since the acid produce ions, so their solution conduct electricity, because ions are responsible for the conduction of electricity. Fourth point, acid react with the metals to form hydrogen gas. That is very important point. Whenever the acid react with the metals, जैसे here I am taking H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, and sulfuric acid when react with the metal like zinc, then it produces hydrogen gas. So this is the fourth property of the acids. When acid react with the metals, they produce hydrogen gas. One experiment is also given in your syllabus in the NCERT also, and in this experiment what is given, just see the diagram. First of all, I take a test tube, and in the test tube I first add zinc granules. छोटे छोटे zinc के दाने होते हैं, that we add in the test tube. और उसके बाद क्या करते हैं हम लोग, ऊपर से we add acid, whether it is sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid. जैसे ही acid when it comes in contact with the zinc granules, they start reacting to each other. Zn plus H2SO4 give rise to ZnSO4 plus H2, and hydrogen is being released. This hydrogen now passes through the delivery tube and finally it reaches into a trough. एक tub type का होता है trough, which already contains the soap solution. When the hydrogen passes through these soap solutions, then the bubbles of hydrogen gas are formed. These bubbles of hydrogen gas which are formed, these bubbles contain hydrogen, and hydrogen, as you know very well, that hydrogen is highly inflammable. Inflammable means it catches fire easily. So when these bubbles are formed which contains hydrogen gas, and near to that when we bring a burning splinter or burning candle, burning splinter means माचिस की जलती हुई तीली या burning candle, then this burning candle, when it comes in contact with the bubbles containing hydrogen gas, then this hydrogen start burning, and when it burns, it produces a sound that is called pop sound. So this hydrogen gas, when it comes in contact with the burning candle or the burning splinter, it catches fire and it explodes a little and burns with a popping sound, and this is called pop sound, and this is the best test for hydrogen gas. So if this question comes in the exam, that which is the best test for the hydrogen gas, so you can explain this test, and in this you say whenever the hydrogen gas is produced by any resource and when hydrogen gas is passed through a soap solution which is present in a trough, then the bubbles of the hydrogen gas, they are formed, and when we bring the burning splinter or burning candle near to the bubbles containing hydrogen gas, then these bubbles, they burn with a popping sound. That is the best test for hydrogen gas. Next property of acids. Acid react with the metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonate to form CO2 gas. एसिड की एक यूनिक फीचर होता है कि whenever the acid react with the metal carbonate means like sodium carbonate, calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, और metal hydrogen carbonate, जैसे for example sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is also called as bicarbonate. तो either we say this metal hydrogen carbonate, or as an example we say sodium hydrogen carbonate, and sodium hydrogen carbonate is also called as sodium bicarbonate. So keep in the mind sodium bicarbonate and sodium hydrogen carbonate, they have the same meaning. तो यहाँ पर दो तरीके कंपाउंड हो गए, एक हो गए कार्बोनेट और एक हो गए बाइकार्बोनेट, इट मीन्स हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट. और दिस इज द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ एसिड्स. व्हेन द एसिड्स कम इन कांटेक्ट विद एनी टाइप ऑफ मेटल कार्बोनेट, एज एन एग्जांपल आई टेक सोडियम कार्बोनेट और metal hydrogen carbonate like sodium hydrogen carbonate, then they produce CO2 gas. अभी just 5 minutes before we have studied कि metals when they react with the acid they produce hydrogen gas. यहाँ पर आप याद करेंगे कि जो acids होते हैं when they react with the carbonate and hydrogen carbonate then they produce CO2 gas. और इसके लिए हम लोग लेंगे as an example C. HCl is hydrochloric acid, and when it comes in contact with the Na2CO3, and this is called sodium carbonate. When acid react with the sodium carbonate, it produces CO2 gas. So equation is Na2CO3 plus 2HCl give rise to 2NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. Now the second example, when the acid react with the hydrogen carbonate. So again I am reminding you, hydrogen carbonate is also called as bicarbonate. So HCl is the acid, react with the sodium hydrogen carbonate, then it forms NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. So what is the conclusion of this point? Conclusion is this, कि whenever the acid they react with the any type of carbonate or any type of bicarbonate like sodium carbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate, they produce CO2 gas. Remember it. Now what are the tests for CO2 gas? So just now we have discussed what are the tests for hydrogen gas. Now we will discuss the best test for CO2 gas. If anywhere from any resource CO2 or carbon dioxide gas is formed, how do we test it? क्या करेंगे उसके लिए? तो हम क्या करेंगे? Whenever the CO2 gas is passed, that CO2 gas is passed into the lime water. Lime water, that is CaOH whole twice. जैसे CO2 को lime water में पास करते हैं, it forms a white color precipitate, that is calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate एक white color का precipitate होता है, and due to the formation of this white color substance calcium carbonate, the milkiness appears. जो पानी होता है वो दूधिया हो जाता है, और इसीलिए इसको हम कहेंगे कि whenever the CO2 gas is passed into the lime water turns milky. Question: why it turns milky? Answer: due to the formation of a white color substance, and that is calcium carbonate. Middle class में only this much test is given, like 6 to 8 class. If it is given like that, कि what is the best test for CO2 gas, you simply write the CO2 gas when it is produced from any resource and when it is passed into the lime water, it turns milky due to the formation of this white color substance, that is calcium carbonate. But in the 10th class, we will study the complete test. It is actually half test. This is the half test, and in the 10th class we will study the complete test. And complete test में we continue further. इसके बाद इसका second part है. अब हम क्या करेंगे? We pass the CO2 gas for longer time. एक बार हमने CO2 पास की, जो आपका कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड है दैट टर्न्स मिल्की और मिल्कीनेस एपियर्स। जब मिल्कीनेस एपियर्स हो गई, अब हम क्या करेंगे, फॉर द लॉन्गर टाइम वी पास CO2 गैस, और व्हेन द लॉन्गर टाइम वी पास द CO2 गैस, तो क्या होता है, वही वाइट कलर सब्सटेंस अगेन रिएक्ट विद द वाटर एंड CO2 एंड इट फॉर्म्स ए सॉल्युबल कंपाउंड कैल्शियम हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट एंड दैट इज सॉल्युबल इन वाटर। और ये फिर से इसकी जो मिल्कीनेस है वो खत्म हो जाती है, मिल्कीनेस डिसअपियर्स। तो एक बार जो लाइम वाटर है कलरलेस है, वी पास CO2 गैस, देन इट टर्न्स मिल्की, उसके बाद फिर CO2 को फॉर लॉन्गर टाइम वी पास, देन मिल्कीनेस अगेन डिसअपियर्स ड्यू टू फॉर्मेशन ऑफ दिस सॉल्युबल कंपाउंड दैट इज कैल्शियम हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट एंड दिस डज नॉट कॉज द मिल्कीनेस। एक बार फिर से रिवाइज कर लेते हैं, हम लोग लेंगे लाइम वाटर, वी पास द CO2 गैस इन द लाइम वाटर टर्न्स मिल्की ड्यू टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ए वाइट कलर सब्सटेंस कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट इन द सोल्यूशन। अब हम इसमें CO2 गैस फॉर द लॉन्गर टाइम वी पास, वही कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट जो वाइट कलर सब्सटेंस है अगेन रिएक्ट विद द वाटर एंड CO2 एंड इट फॉर्म्स ए soluble compound that is calcium hydrogen carbonate and milkiness again disappears. Now reaction of acids with metal oxides, this is the sixth type of chemical reaction of acid. Reaction of acid with metal oxides, acid react with the metal oxides to form salt and water. जो metal oxides होते हैं they are mainly basic in nature. Remember, keep in the mind, metal oxides are basic in nature. तो ये copper oxide है, its nature is also basic. So when it react with the HCl, that is acid, then it definitely it forms salt, because already you know base when react with the acid it forms salt and water. Now the seventh property, that is acids have corrosive nature. Corrosive nature means wherever they fall they damage the things and that nature is called corrosive. जैसे स्किन पे आ जाए तो स्किन खराब करती है, हिस्टोरिकल मॉन्यूमेंट्स पे पड़े तो हिस्टोरिकल मॉन्यूमेंट्स खराब हो जाते हैं, फील्ड्स क्रॉप्स पे पड़े that also damages, so its nature is corrosive. So how do we define? The mineral acids cause severe burns on the skin and attacks as well as eat up the material like cloth, wood and stonework, so they are said to be corrosive. Next property of the acid, simple, acid react with the base, इट फॉर्म साल्ट एंड वाटर। जैसे अभी हमने आपको बताया मेटल ऑक्साइड जो होते हैं वो बेसिक इन नेचर के होते हैं। अब हम क्या करेंगे, एसिड की डायरेक्ट रिएक्शन कराएंगे बेस से। सो वेर एवर द एसिड रिएक्ट विद द बेस, जैसे HCl इज द एसिड, NaOH इज द बेस, तो एसिड एंड बेस दे रिएक्ट टू ईच अदर एंड दे फॉर्म साल्ट एंड वाटर, NaCl प्लस H2O. दिस रिएक्शन इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज न्यूट्रलाइजेशन रिएक्शन. Why it is so called neutralization reaction? Because in this reaction as a product a neutral substance is formed and that is NaCl. NaCl is a neutral substance. HCl is acid, NaOH is the base, NaCl is a neutral substance, and due to the formation of this neutral substance the process is called neutralization reaction. This is all about the acids which is in your syllabus. Now in the next session we will study the bases. Now you revise and learn the properties of acid nicely. Thank you.